Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are married to the games. Episode 209. Yes, sir. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Rauter, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm excited to be here. It feels like I've lived a lifetime since last
nice.
week.
In a good way or a bad way?
Both. In a good and bad way. But we will kick it off with Rauter because you are still coughing.
Yes, I'm still coughing. I cannot get rid of this cough.
Man.
As you can hear. So,
did you take some Robitussin?
And of course I have a fit right now. Yeah, it's just so weird. It's very inconsistent. Like during the day I feel pretty good, and we had soccer practice last night, and so I was running around with the girls for a little bit, and then like last night just started hacking, and then faces flushed. Don't really have a fever, but just felt like garbage. So just lay down on the couch for a little bit, and then got back up, and then finally went to bed, and then coughed a little bit during the night, and it's just blah. I just want it to go away. Just go away. So yeah.
Get out of here, cough. Get out of here.
So hopefully by next week I will be completely done with this. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I don't have a fever. It's just something hanging out. So, so we'll see. But let's start off as always with Piper's topic of the week, shall we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's a good one. American Ninja Warrior this week because it was the it was the finale, and she freaking loves that show, and I do too. I think it's great. And it's kind of funny because over Labor Day weekend they had the OG Ninja Warrior on Esquire / what was G4 back in the day. So
yeah.
It was really cool to watch the actual original Japanese version of it before American Ninja Warrior even happened. So we watched a little bit of that too.
Yeah, they get excited over there, or they used to. I don't know if they still do.
Oh yeah, it's great. There's still a circuit. There's still Oh, it's so great. And that water is disgusting. It's not like pool water like American Ninja Warrior has. It's like gross.
Sir. It's mud water. It's like they just dug a trench and poured water in there.
Yeah, so we were.
They ain't got time for chlorine and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's nothing special about that. So, so we watched the finale, and it was great. She loved watching Jessie Graff, who was the first woman to reach stage 2, and so we had a good time. And it was kind of funny. We went to a birthday party at Let It Shine, I want to say months ago, and Travis Rosen was there too, and he's one of the top competitors who actually got eliminated in stage 1. But he
did?
Yeah, he did. On the first obstacle, it was a total slip, and he fell. Like this.
What?
All right, spoilers. If anybody hasn't finished watching American Ninja Warrior, here's what happened. Basically, a lot of these top dogs that were supposed to move on, like all failed stage 1 in some way. And some of them were just stupid little slip ups on the first little course.
You're meaning like after qualifying.
Yeah.
So they made it all the way through qualifying to stage 1.
You made it to the finals in Vegas. Stage 1 in Vegas, gone. And stage 1 kicked off a lot of the popular and the people that everybody thought was going to go. So nobody got to Mount Midoriyama. There were only 2 people that made it to stage 2, and then they failed on stage 2.
Oh my God!
It was an insane year this year. It was pretty incredible. But to go through all that work and then just boom, slip up just like that.
Did you go talk to Travis Rosen?
No, we saw him there, and I asked Piper. She didn't really know him at the time, but now that she's like, "Daddy, next time we're at Let It Shine, I want to say, good job, Travis. You did a really good job. You know, it was really sweet." So
that's awesome.
So yeah, if we see him again, we'll definitely go up and try and get a picture with him and everything.
I used to go to church with Travis.
He's a good dude.
And then his parents, I think it's his parents, own like this incredible cabin in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, nice.
And our whole youth group went there back when I was a teenager and went snowboarding for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it was like one of the best experiences of my whole life.
That's amazing. That dude,
incredible.
Yeah, that dude is awesome. I mean, he's my age. He's 41 right now. So I don't know if he'll come back or not. He didn't say anything, but dude is bricked too, man. I'm like, he was like climbing up a rope like in 10 seconds flat while we were there at the
just
party.
using his hands. Yeah.
Yeah, dude's ridiculous. Anywho, so there it is, American Ninja Warrior for you. Had a good week. Other than that, did not get to play a single game, because of being ill and work, and we had soccer. We had a soccer game this past Saturday, which was hilarious and hot. It was really hot this past weekend.
Yeah, what the heck? I thought the weather was turning, and then it
going
turned back.
We're going to go through another little warm phase right now, and then rain this weekend, and then it's going to be low 80s next week.
All right.
Yeah, so fall. I'm ready, man. Fall is here. Bring it on. Let's go. And
I can do that.
And so watched a little football with NFL kicking off this past weekend.
Yes, sir. Come on.
And then turned it off after the second half of the Titans game.
I know.
Oh,
what the heck?
I don't know. There's some building there, but
is it that we don't care? Do we not care or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was just mistakes. But we're a team. We're a young team, and we're always a team of mistakes. So
we've been a young team for 15 years.
That's true.
When are you not a young team anymore?
We have the talent, I think. Marcus Mariota can be a really amazing quarterback. He just needs to settle down.
Maybe that's what it is, yeah.
And the O-line needs to make sure that they protect him. And I think they're doing a lot better than they did last year. But, hey, you know what? It's only one game.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, we're going to get real for a quick second. I got to say this. All this kneeling and fists in the air during the national anthems, I respect the decision to do that because in this great country you're allowed to, but don't do it on the anniversary of September 11th. Come on, man. September 11th has nothing to do with any type of social injustices or anything like that. That was a day where everybody from every race, creed, and religion got together to help each other. So let's stand for the anthem. Can we? Can we do that?
You want them to chill it out on September 11th?
Let's just chill it out on September 11th because that's a very honored, sacred day for a lot of people. And I know my family knows a lot of firemen up there and their firemen's friends who passed away during that time. And it was, it's...
You know what's funny? Crazy. I always thought the kneeling was... I don't have a dog in the kneeling, sitting, fist in the air. I don't necessarily like the fist in the air thing. I feel like it kind of represents something a little bit different. But
I agree.
If I'm breaking it down, if I'm looking at Colin Kaepernick, the decision he made, and then why he knelt in the first place... He said he talked to a military guy, and that was a sign of respect that they showed in the military. So I'm kind of okay with the kneeling. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like it's better than sitting.
Yeah, no, I agree.
For sure.
The kneeling is fine, and I know there was who was the girl on the women's soccer team. She knelt it too, and I think that was a more respectful thing too. So I don't necessarily mind the kneeling. The fists in the air stuff. I mean, I get it. Look, we're a great country, and yes, we have a lot of problems still. But you're on a football field, and we're playing the national anthem on September 11th. Come on, people, let's show some respect for that.
Yeah.
And just respect our country, knowing full well that yes, we still do have problems. Of course, we acknowledge that there are still problems in this country, but. First off, dude, you're a football player, okay? I get it. That's great. But at the same time, do your stuff quietly off the field. How about that? Be an example off the field and play your game and, do your thing and just show just a little bit more respect for the country during the national anthem.
Unfortunately, I feel like we're getting away from the whole reason that they started doing it in the first place.
Exactly. That's the thing. We've got this bandwagon stuff happening, and it's losing focus from what the original intention was.
I think a lot of people, their issue that they're talking about, and then people will be like, well, you're not okay with people protesting. We have that right in America, blah, blah, blah. Of
course.
The issue is that, yeah, you can protest whatever you want, and that's fine. And I don't have any issue with it, quite frankly. The way that you protest has to be effective in putting across your message.
Exactly.
Now, you can say it's effective in causing conversation. Yes, that's true. But it's kind of like, you'll see people and they'll be like out on a college campus or something. There'll be a bunch of women that are protesting, and men too, usually with them. They'll be protesting like maybe there's been a bunch of sexual assault on the campus or something.
Sure.
And they're women walking around without their shirts on saying, we're protesting rape. It's like, well, that's probably not the best way to do that.
Exactly.
I mean, just hold your sign and have conversations, it's like your protest, if you will, needs draw attention to it. It needs to not detract from it. And that's where I think people are getting confused or whatever. It's like the issue is not the protest or even the subject they are protesting.
No, not
it's
at
like
all.
Some
it's
people can't see past the method of doing it, in which that's their own problem, but there may be more of them than can help your cause. So
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I like to see football players who actually practice what they preach off the field. And I honestly, I don't know what Colin's doing on his off time, and I haven't really heard any information about, what is he doing to help with this? Like, if he's making a statement like this, can we back it up?
Well, he said he's donating money,
which is
like
great.
$2 million to different
organizations,
groups or something. Yeah.
Okay,
so he's definitely. Good. It's not like he's just taking a knee and being quiet. He's doing stuff, and so are a bunch of the other people. I mean, it's
and that's what I respect the most. Is look, I don't necessarily. I don't like your actions of what happened on the field there, but if you're doing something about it off the field, then that's great because you're practicing what you're preaching, and I definitely respect that more. So it's all good. I mean, it was just weird. I was just like, come on, really? Like on the anniversary of 9/11, let's.
Feels like a rough day to do that.
It is. It's a very rough day to do that. Anyway, so I didn't get to play any video games this week.
The question is, did you kneel while you were playing video games? That's the main question.
Right. What did you say?
Did you kneel while you played video games?
Of course.
That's the question. Yeah.
I kneeled and bowed my head and raised the fist. So,
played with one hand.
I played with one hand. Yeah, I really want to get back into some Hitman, but I know we got some new games releasing this week, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
Tim's poor voice is hanging on for dear life, trying not to cough.
I know, right?
I'm so sorry, buddy.
Hang on. You can.
Can I get a napkin for my headphones?
Okay.
Poor Timmy.
You can edit all this out.
Are you dying? No, I'm not editing it out. People need to know the struggle is real. You got it at 5:30 in the morning, and then you have a cough, and you're still doing the podcast anyway.
Heck yeah, baby. Oh, okay. So,
shoot.
Now that I need to change my drawer because I think a little poop came out.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Drawer?
No, I'm kidding.
Where are you at this week?
Drawer. I've never heard it singular like that. I need to change my drawer.
He's missing a leg.
I thought I said drawers, but maybe because I'm coughing.
Well, you know what they say when you have the sniffles. What?
When the coughing.
Kick me while I'm down, Chris. Thanks. I love you too, buddy. That's it. I'm kneeling for the national anthem this Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. All right, put on some new pant.
Yeah, put on some new... I thought I said drawers. Okay, Clash Royale, I'm done. Back to you.
All right. Oh, man.
All that for Clash Royale.
Yeah. All that workup.
Poor guy, man.
I know. Eduardo.
Yes, sir.
Oh, how are you feeling?
I am exhausted still from the weekend.
Are you?
I am. I went to Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, which is about 2 hour drive. A few years ago, and by a few years ago, 20 years ago, I worked with a company that did Wild West shows at different theme parks. So there was one at Six Flags over Georgia. It's still there, Carowinds in Charlotte, and they also have a traveling show. And they said, "Hey, we're going to be up in the area. Do you want to jump in and do some shows on Saturday?" And I said, "Yeah, man." So went and drove up Thursday. And Thursday and Friday, we spent pretty much all day building the set. And man, It was 96, 97 here with humidity. And oh man, it was a beast.
You're like, why did I say I'd do this again?
I know, right?
Well, on top of that, you said you did this like 20 years ago. So is it a lot of the same people still doing it?
It's a 4-man show, and 2 of the people were the same. So I knew 2 of the guys, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So they've been at it a long time, too.
They've been at it for quite a while. Yeah, they actually own the company now. And
oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was fun. We did, and it's funny, too, because usually when they go to fairs and stuff like that, they're there for 2 weeks, the entire length of the fair or whatever it is they're at, and it was just a 1-day thing. We only did 3 shows.
Oh wow!
And then we tore down till about 12:30 that night, and I'm exhausted.
Wow,
Oh
man.
my gosh! Is it full improv or how? What is it?
It's a pretty loose script, but because we know each other, we don't stick to the script. So it's kind of turns into like a Christopher Guest type of a thing where we have the storyline and we know where we want to go and how we get there. It's always a surprise.
Nice.
That's great, man.
So, yeah, it was fun. I had a great time, and I still remembered it's pretty much the same show that it was 20 years ago, and we ran through the lines once before the show and then just jumped in and did them, and we had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was cool.
Did you shave the beard now?
I shaved like as soon as I got home.
That's
I was
awesome.
So
Isn't
itchy.
that itchy phase? That's
Oh my
hilarious.
Even at as much grown out as it got, that was still itchy.
It was, especially on my cheeks. It just felt like I was dirty all the time, and I was just itching myself. And
That's great.
yeah,
That's funny. You playing anything?
I played while I was gone. I played a lot of Family Guy and Simpsons Untapped and some iPad games. And then pulled out Lego Dimensions. And Sarah and I have been kind of prepping for the new stuff that drops later this month. We're really excited about jumping into Gremlins and E.T. and the A-Team and all that stuff. So. But yeah, and I played some of the new Forza 3 demo.
Yeah, that's right. You put that up. How was it?
You know, it's funny. People always talk about how beautiful the car driving games are, and as soon as it started, I was like, "This is incredible."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we had some friends over last night for TV Tuesday, and one of the girls was playing it, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I could just free drive all over." She's like, "This is so soothing."
Yes. I mean, they definitely show off the console.
Yeah, they really do.
Mm.
And I'm not really a car racing guy,
me
but
neither.
I probably won't get it because I probably wouldn't play for very long, but I really did enjoy it. It's a lot of fun and really easy to pick up.
Nice.
I downloaded the demo too. I haven't played it yet, but also I think last week sometime, I don't know if it was just a 1-day thing or what. I saw somewhere on Twitter that Forza 5, I guess whatever the last Forza was, not the Horizon version, but the other, was just free on Xbox One. So, and it was the full game. And so I downloaded it because I was like, I don't know if this is an error. So I downloaded it.
No,
I haven't played
right.
it yet, but I'm planning to give them both a shot.
Yeah, and I've been playing the Horizon, which was the Games with Gold one, and that's a lot of fun as well. So it's been nice, and it's for me at least, who's not really a car driving game guy. They kind of shot themselves in the foot because I was like, well, I really like this free one. I'm not paying $60 for a new one, so I'm good to go right now.
Yeah.
There you go. That makes sense.
Yeah, but that was pretty much it.
Nice. And then, of course, coffee and hanging out.
Coffee, hanging out. The huge.
The huge. Chris McCracken.
I've been just doing a bunch of working, pretty much.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of shooting, and I actually had to shoot over the weekend as well. So, like,
yeah,
my
that's weird.
days
When
are
I
all
texted you
thrown
on
off.
Sunday, I was surprised to hear that you said you were working all day.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the entire day. I didn't have to be at our location until 1. So I
Right.
got to watch like 30 minutes or so of the noonday games. But that was about it. And I didn't get home until about 8:30 or 9. So I didn't get to see any of the kickoff weekend, really. I mean, very, very little of it. But we've just been shooting a bunch of projects. We're wrapping them up, and it's just been making things last a little bit longer. And that with football season starting, so I could watch whatever I could. Like I watched last Thursday's game, and I watched the Monday night games, and my time.
Did you go back and watch the Dallas game, or are you
Yes.
the guy that's like,
Well, the thing is that because I don't have cable or anything like that, so I don't have a DVR of any sort. So what I
Right.
did is I was trying to figure out like how am I going to watch this game, and I tried, as I always do, and it never works, to have the score not be told to me so I could get home and watch it. But
Yeah, good luck with
nobody ever respects that. It's like, can't spoil Game of Thrones or anything else. That's get your head chopped off. But a score of a game, oh, that's just a game.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I didn't know you weren't watching it.
Well, but your not tweet, but your text message to me was vague enough that it's like I could tell what it was about or what leading to, but it was vague enough. It didn't say like, how did he do that? They lost the game because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was trying not to do that just in case.
Not to mention the score had already been ruined for me in the outcome by that time anyways, or about the same time. So,
okay.
But so what I did is I downloaded the free trial of NFL Game Pass. And what that is, that's their streaming service. But the thing is that depending on your situation, it's probably not a good deal, like to do the full on pay for it. Because what it is you get access to every game of the season, but you don't get them until after the game is aired.
Oh man!
So you can't watch anything live
There's
because the
nothing live.
NFL
That
has
sucks.
so many deals everywhere.
Yeah, and copyright stuff.
Yeah, like they have the deal with NFL Sunday Ticket and all this stuff. So it's like if their own competing service was doing the same thing, that probably breaks contracts and blah blah blah. So for the majority of people, that's probably not a good deal. And it's like $100 for the year. So
for just the football season?
For just the footballs. I mean, it lasts the whole off season too. Like it renews the following year on that date. But yeah, it gives you all the games afterwards. And you have access to like previous seasons or previous football films or like Hard Knocks and things like that. But game wise,
yeah, $100 is a little steep.
Yeah, but game-wise, you just can't watch them live. Well, for me, in this particular week, it worked out perfect because I just needed a way to DVR the game and watch it afterwards. So I was able to watch the game. And they have this thing that's called a condensed version where it's just basically every play, and it makes the game only 30 minutes long.
Oh, nice.
I watched that.
That's great. Yeah.
Which I already knew the outcome, but I just wanted to see how it went and how get a feel for it and everything like that.
Well, you have a new quarterback.
Yeah, well, and that was the thing is like I kind of was expecting them to lose to the Giants or at least split throughout the season. I mean, it's two brand new players, but it just kind of stinks that the reason that they lost was timing. Specifically that one. Yeah, and there was like two plays where it's like if those were catches, we would have been up by 2 touchdowns and it would have been no big deal.
Yep.
So,
yeah, if that guy would have just went out of bounds, why? It would have been a field goal and the game would have been over.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Or if Des Bryant had caught that ball a little bit more in field and hadn't slid out of bounds, they probably would have called it a catch. It's because it was still bobbling a little as he was going out of bounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Had he just stayed in field, because it never hit the ground, or it didn't seem like it did to me. But regardless, that's the way that it is.
It's only week 1, baby. It's only week 1.
Exactly. That would have been harder than just going out of bounds, though.
Yeah, I agree. And
that guy, he knew he lost the game.
Yeah, he did.
He took a knee afterwards for a totally different reason.
There you go.
Everybody was like, it's all right, man. It's all right. Not really. It's not all right, but it's all right.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that we have a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back and all this stuff, I'm not expecting like the world this season. I'll be happy if they just show a lot of progress, which if you're better than 4-12, which they were last year when they had no quarterback, then that's an improvement.
Yep.
So we'll just have to see how it goes.
You think the Romo era is done?
Man,
he just keeps getting injured.
Please be done.
Honestly, I feel like he needs to just retire, if nothing else, just for like his own health.
I agree.
It's like he can't. He's going to be so fragile now. There's just no way he's going to make it through an entire season ever again.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. For his own, I mean, it stinks because he was so close to getting the NFC Championship 2 years ago, and it's like I feel like he's a good enough quarterback to make all that stuff happen. It's just. He's never the one time he had kind of all the pieces in place and it just didn't quite get there and on a controversial call. So
yeah.
Oh well. But outside of that, I'm not played any games at all.
Oh.
Anything at all. So other than like Pokemon Go a little bit on my phone here and there as I'm going from my car to my work.
Are you still so you're still playing it?
Yeah, I still play it. I like the hunting aspect of it. Now,
yeah.
I don't mean that in like that I go out and go crazy out of my way or anything, but
if it's there,
if there's something I don't have or I go to an area and something pops up on my little screen that's grayed out, I kind of get excited to see if I can find it. I think it's kind of like similar to it was with me with Destiny, where I was always hunting, trying to find these better weapons or exotic weapons, and when I got one, it was almost like a trophy in a way.
Right.
That's kind of what I've realized has been the draw of this game to me. I still don't think it's something I'll keep with forever.
No, I almost deleted it from my phone this week. I haven't.
Have you been using the teamwork aspect of it that they incorporated?
What teamwork aspect?
Like how you can have like a Pokemon as your teammate or your little
that the one that came out yesterday. I put a guy on there, but I haven't. I mean, as far as I can tell, all that it does is as you walk around, and you travel distance, this meter starts to go around your buddy Pokemon. And whenever it gets to the top, I guess it's going to reward you with candies because you need candies in order to level up the Pokemon or evolve them, if that's the thing. So it's just another way to get candies. Because before then, the only way to get candies was to actually find something out in the wild and then capture it.
Yeah.
So I haven't fully done it to where it made a full circle yet because I've only, again, walked from my car to work and then from my car into the house. I'm kind of curious, like, because it's not going super fast, but it's not going super slow either. And it's like, I feel like when it goes all the way around, it's going to be like, you get one candy, which is going to be anticlimactic.
Yeah.
And then, but on top of that, like if they were giving you 5 or 6, it'd be like, that'd be easiestly the best way to do it. So, I mean, they can't break their game, but yet, is it going to be worth it doing?
Easiestly.
I don't know. We'll see.
Easiestly.
Is that a word that I said? That's bread fanism for the day. The other thing that I did try to, I downloaded Sling TV again. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh, I remember Sling.
It's one of those kind of cord cutter things where you get like, they have different packages now, but you can get like, I don't know, 10 or 12 channels for like $20 a month. And then they have a package tier that's $25 a month. And then they have a $40 package and blah, blah, blah. I wanted to try that out again so I could get ESPN and I could watch Monday Night Football.
Nice.
And it actually, I tried it out when it first dropped. It's on Xbox One and Roku and a bunch of other things. It's not on PlayStation, but so console-wise, it's only an Xbox One thing. It didn't work too well in the beginning, which it was just launching, so I give it a little bit of a break there. And the interface just wasn't all that great. They've cleaned up the interface a little bit more, and especially on the Roku, it's a way better interface. It's not the exact same interface on Xbox One. The Xbox One version is actually still kind of close to what it used to be. It's just a little bit crisper and faster.
Yeah.
It's still not a perfect service. I mean, there's really not going to be a perfect service. Honestly, all I want is for ESPN is to sell, like, let me just stream just ESPN for like $15 a month, just like HBO does, and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
But for now, I mean, it seems to work fine. The one thing that they did change is when I first bought it, I almost guarantee that I was able to do at least 2 streams at one time. So like I could be watching something and Stacy could be watching something different. But now on the $20 tier, that only gives you 1 stream. So if I'm watching something and Stacy logs in to watch HGTV, it kicks me off, or vice versa. You can only do 1 at a time. So I almost was just like, maybe I shouldn't have said anything just so I can keep watching ESPN.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
But so whether or not I'm going to keep it, I don't know. It's month to month. So if I decide after this month I don't really want it, I'll just cancel it. And it's only $20, which isn't too steep. So it's not a bad deal.
Right.
And I'm thinking that I'm going to put down the money on EA Access on Xbox One.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. It's like, it's mostly sports games, which I'm not a huge sports game guy, but I was like, I've kind of had a little bit of an itch to play some Madden again. I haven't done it in years.
There you
and
go.
then you get access to things like, I didn't play Unravel. I watched Ed's playthrough, and I'd kind of like to give that a shot. It's in there. Battlefield is in there. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and do this because it's $30 for a year. It just seems like a good deal for what you get. And even it's like next year, by this time it comes back around, they'll probably be throwing in Titanfall 2. It's like, well, then I can have that. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go ahead and go for it. I meant to do it last night, but I just got home way too late and I just ended up going to bed. So I may do that and have an update for you guys next week.
Sweet.
Nice.
I like that. With all these services you're buying, you might as well get cable.
Yeah, right?
He's like, I'm paying $20 for Sling TV, then I'm paying $100 to watch football.
I was looking at PlayStation View. That was the one I wanted to try. I wanted to do the 7-day trial.
That's what I
of
was
it.
about to ask you. Yeah.
And in my market, the one that I would do is the middle tier because that's the one that has the channels that I want. And it comes out to being $45 a month because in my market, I can get the live channels like NBC, CBS. They air live for me. So it's like a $10 premium on top. And areas where that doesn't happen, it's like $10 cheaper. And the reason that I went with Sling is because it's like really all I really want is ESPN. Number 2, I can put Sling on the Roku in the living room, which technically PlayStation View is on Roku as well. But from what I've seen, the interface is really bad. I don't think Stacy would like it.
Sure.
But the reason that even at $45 a month, that's still cheaper than the cheapest package I could get plus internet at my house from a cable provider.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm still spending less money, even if I did go that route and decide to do it forever. But I don't think that I'm going to do it. The only thing that I really need is like a DVR and ESPN, and that's all that I want. It's like if I could have just those 2 things, I would easily pay somebody 10, 15, $20 a month.
Yep.
That's all that I want. I don't need I hate turning something on like a TV or a box or whatever, and I have 75 channels. It's like, I watch 2 of these. Why do I pay for all these other ones? I don't want that.
Trust me, we need Disney Junior, and that
In the
like
worst
jumps
way.
my bill up like $40. It feels like.
Yep.
I'm like, why?
Wow.
Well, you could.
We get
I mean,
Disney Channel, but we just don't get Disney Junior.
it's one stream, but you could do Sling TV and then add the package that has Disney for $5, so $25, and you'd have Disney Junior.
Are you sure it's Disney Junior or just Disney?
The regular one, I think, comes with Disney XD, and then I think one of the add-on ones is Disney Junior.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
I'll look into it. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right, Mr. Patillo, this portion of the Blackie Weather Update is sponsored by the Home Depot. Go!
Exactly. It's actually sponsored by Lowe's.
Oh, Lowe's, okay.
Thank you very much. No, it's sponsored by both, if I was being completely honest.
Lowe's
There you
Depot?
go.
We just go to whichever one is closer at the time.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I put a picture up yesterday of,
Beautiful, man.
of the kitchen coming along.
Well
Thank
done.
you. It is slowly but surely. Today, we've got a guy coming in to install the plumbing and putting electricity in the island.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be nice. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day they'll come measure for the countertops, and we'll finally be able to do our dishes not in the bathroom.
Nice.
Very nice.
Because that's one of the side effects of doing a kitchen renovation is you don't have a sink for like 3 weeks.
Sure.
And so
Right.
I had
The old dishes in the bathroom.
Yeah, I hadn't thought through that one. Yeah. And so, yeah, we're doing that. It's kind of nice because the house stuff is kind of slowed down since we have to wait for that stuff. So we've got a new sink and garbage disposal and dishwasher all sitting there ready and waiting, but there's nothing I can do quite yet. And then
Yeah.
we got to figure out, what we're doing about tiling the backsplash and all that stuff. I think we're going to tile the whole wall that you see in that picture.
Nice.
And so, yeah, that's been going. Did Disney this last
Yeah,
weekend?
man, how
Yeah,
was it?
how was that?
Woo!
Didn't feel guilty at all.
Yep.
Good.
It was awesome. It was a
Nice.
good freaking time. It was one of those things where, like, because it was such a last minute thing, I really appreciated it. And so the
Mhm.
guy, one of the guys that I went down there to help, he's big on Disney. And so I was like, ooh, we get to be big kids together. So you talk about being exhausted. I was exhausted for a totally different reason. So I landed on Friday morning, got picked up, dropped my stuff at the hotel. The company bought me and this other guy park hopper passes.
Wait, what hotel did
And
you
we-
stay at?
The boardwalk
Oh, love that
at the
place.
back of Epcot. I know.
Love that place.
It's incredible. So we get park hoppers and we just went and like did grown man Disney. So like
Nice.
started at Epcot and did like test track and like the rides there, and then headed over to Hollywood Studios and did the rides there, and then did like the Star Wars experience stuff because that wasn't there the last time I was there.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is that all that stuff done now? The Star Wars experience area?
Yeah, the Star Wars like launch bay, I think is what they call it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all done. Yeah.
Nice.
So went in there and watched a cool little behind the scenes film about that, and then did like the Toy Story ride.
I
and
love
then
that ride.
Watched the documentary about Walt Disney, and just like ran around, and the lines were short. We worked out fast passes for the lines that were long, and there's not a lot of people there. It was the Friday before it's the week before the weekend, so people were still
Yeah.
kind of in school. And then so we do that, and then the next day I had to give it 6:15 to go to sound check for the whole reason I was down there early in the first place was to sing with this group. So we sound check, we do the show, it goes fine. We were all super nervous because they're a new act, and I was nervous just because I don't know. I've done stuff behind Toby for so long that like going out and doing it like kind of like as Gabe feels like, oh my gosh, oh okay, all right, oh okay. So I'm like really, really nervous. But
yeah.
we did it. That was fine. Then we go straight from there to Universal.
Yeah,
and then,
man.
And then did all the rides at Universal. And like y'all were saying, it was just hot outside. And so
Yeah.
it's not that you're doing hard work, you're just out in the sun. And so got to do Transformers and Hulk and Spider-Man and Hogwarts and the Butterbeer thing.
Very
Oh,
nice.
so good. So
Butterbeer.
That's amazing.
that junk is delicious. And so did all that and then did our show that night. Came back home, finished up doing the kitchen, and we're just kind of living on that plywood for countertops right now.
Yes.
Right.
There's nothing else to really do about that.
Do you go back out this weekend, or do you have the
Yeah, we go out to Sandusky, Ohio.
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. Here I come. The Lighties are coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Matt and Aaron. So it'll be good to see those guys. And I'm with 3 out of the 4 of us. No console gaming whatsoever this last
Wow.
Wow. We
Just
are
for-
lame.
We are
I know.
slacking.
night. It's funny. Last night I was like, I should just start something up to be able to say I played something.
Yeah, me too.
And nope.
It
Couldn't do it.
didn't
I was
happen.
just too tired, and ended up doing the Explorers Wanted
Oh,
for
nice.
the BioShock voiceover contest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got to give that a go.
Chris, you've got to give it a go. You
I'm
might as
totally doing
well.
it. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, the chances are slim.
Right.
Here's the thing. So we talked about when they did this the first time with what game was it the first time, Ed? Do you remember?
It was Mass
I-
Effect, wasn't it?
Oh, was it Mass
oh,
Effect
yeah,
again?
and BioWare, not BioShock.
Oh, BioWare. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
BioWare.
And so we owned by EA. So we I did it the first time. Did you do it the first time around, Ed?
I didn't know.
Okay, so we talked about it on the show. I did it then, and what I did, I recorded my voice and sent it to the email. What I noticed was what they really were kind of pushing was the whole video yourself doing it and the camaraderie that comes within that. And the 2 people they chose that won both had done videos, and actually were both videos I had seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because, only about, I think last time they said that there was only about 2,000 or 2,500 people that entered it in the first place anyway. And so I was kind of kicking myself because I was really nervous last time. So I was like, I don't want to be on camera doing this and all that stuff. And so this time I set my pride aside. I look ridiculous. I don't like the video anymore, obviously. Like when I uploaded it, I was
Of
like,
course you don't.
when I uploaded it, I was like, all right, okay, that's a good swing. And then I let 2 hours go by, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh, what am I doing? That sounds terrible. So I don't know, man. But Ed sent his in. My video is up there on our YouTube channel. You guys want to
I want to check it out.
give it a thumbs up and help a brother out.
Is there instructions and everywhere where to send it and all that? I did find the
Yeah.
scripts. Okay.
Blog.bioware.com.
Yep.
Nice.
And,
I think it
you
says
can
you
check
have
it all
until
out.
the 28th to do it.
Yeah, it's a nice little window, and then they leave you on pins and needles for another month.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is cool. I think everybody should try it. Just choose which character is best for you, and just try it. You get flown out if you get it, and they put you up for 2 nights,
Mm-hmm.
either in L.A. or London, or there's one other place I forget where it is. And it's might as well try it, and then you get to be a voice in the new Mass Effect Andromeda.
So
There
do
you
they
go.
only want you to do one, or
They
can
want you to
both?
do one. It's one thing per person. So
Is there a script for Coughing Man? Because I'd be in like Flynn.
in there swimwear?
It's not the
Nailed it.
elusive man, it's the Coughing Man.
Yeah, exactly.
That Rauter is a method actor.
That's right.
So, yeah, everybody should go do that. It's fun, and you're gonna feel like an idiot. I feel like an idiot, but
That's how it goes,
we're all
man.
here to support each other.
It's
yeah.
part of the game.
Yeah. So Chris said he watched mine this morning, and it made me realize how embarrassed I was about it because
Oh, stop.
I consider Chris a good buddy, and it still made my skin crawl. He was like, "Hey, I saw your thing this morning."
No,
I'm like,
it was
"Oh
good.
gosh, okay, all right." So
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like so this past weekend. This is something I forgot that I did. We went to a little birthday party for our niece. Well, it's Stacy's cousin's daughters. I don't know what you call them.
yeah, that's called barely need to go to the party.
That's yeah.
No.
It's called do.
Well,
That's called.
and
Do we really need a gift for?
No, regardless, they're wonderful little kids, and we wanted to go spend time.
Of course.
With them. Anyways, we
Yeah.
went there and we met with Stacy's uncle, who he does radio, like broadcast radio.
Oh, very cool.
He does it later at night. I don't remember the name of his show, but it is syndicated, I think, in a couple different markets besides just here. Anyway, she just happened to mention like, Chris is doing a podcast now. And I'm like, oh, well, because I mean, like, okay, it's like telling the radio guy or telling like, you beat Brad Pitt. Hey, you know what? I shot this film. It's like,
exactly.
It's just.
I do a little acting.
So I just felt a little bit nervous about it. I was like, all right, here come the questions. And he didn't, I don't know if he didn't hear or didn't care because he didn't say anything. I was like, all right, I'm cool with that.
Podcast, great. Moving on.
Because he's a nice guy. I have to feel he didn't hear because he would have talked my ear off about it probably, but I don't think he heard her.
Hey, be proud of it, baby. Be proud of it.
But I was just a little nervous because I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
You feel like he's gonna look over and you're naked. You're like, why am I naked?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why my shirt's off.
That happened to me not too long ago. I can't remember what it was, but when you do something kind of on the side and somebody throws that out in front of somebody who does whatever you're talking about for a living,
and
has done it for way longer than you, it definitely like makes you feel like, okay, yes, that's how I know. That's what else can we talk about? Is there other things to talk about? How about that Stranger Things? You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, it's the worst. All right, Tim, I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay.
Do you got it?
We'll see.
Well, let's do. Oh, wait, I need to add this real quick for Chris.
Okay.
I almost became a Cowboys fan this weekend.
There you go. Let's keep it going, baby.
Almost.
Well,
for some reason, I was really enthralled by you guys to do quarterback. I was like, and I don't know if I was just going through depression because y'all's game followed our game. Where we got stomped on. And then they come out and there's new quarterback and blah, blah, blah. And he's doing awesome. If you guys would have won the game, it'd have been really hard for me not to be a fan.
Here's the thing, and in this market, because I'm hearing all the radio and all the talk like that, the biggest problem is, the main problem people have here is not so much with the performance of Dak or anybody else. They're actually pretty intrigued by that. It's the coaching staff, because you could tell, like in the beginning, the first two drives versus the rest, they got super conservative. They were coaching the game and calling the plays to not lose the game. It's like, no, you need to just win. You need to just go. Yeah. Like this kid, he's got to get his reps. He's got to get in there. He's got to go. So I feel like that they're going to, and hopefully learn from their mistakes and open it up and trust him a little bit more. Cause the dude can make his throws. I'm super excited about him.
Gosh,
of course he can,
what
man.
the heck with that guy? Golly.
I'm very intrigued to see the whole season. I mean, again, even if we end up only being like, 500, that's fine with me. As long as I see a spark, I'm good. Because it's his first year, rookie year. I'm good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Work on the defense and we awesome.
Yes. All right. Rauter. Let's do it.
All right, new releases this week, and it's a doozy. We got Recore for the Xbox One and PC is out this week.
Oh, yeah.
From Keiji Inafune, the creators of Metroid Prime. Also, for all you hockey fans, NHL 17, PS4.
Wait. Did you say Metroid Prime?
The creators of Metroid Prime. Recore.
Inafune, I thought Inafune had to do with, he's the one who worked on Mega Man. Was it not? Is it maybe the group that he's working with? I don't know if he's with a different team.
It says Recore, the next game from Keiji Inafune and the creators of Metroid Prime.
All right, if the press release says it, I'll go with it. I don't want to. I'm probably already oopsed myself.
I think I remember seeing that too.
I know that he's the one that he's not the creator of Mega Man, but he's worked on pretty much every Mega Man because he's the guy who also did the whole Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter. In the video, he showed all of his history with working with Capcom and Mega Man.
But Recore's nothing like Mega Man, though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's not the only thing. This is also not the same team, I think, that did Mighty Number 9. I think it's a different team. He's just like the creative lead. But I didn't know he had anything to do with Metroid Prime. I only knew about his Mega Man past. Cool.
Well, you could talk that out with GameSpot if you want to.
I shall.
Are you gonna get this? Is anyone getting this game, Recore?
No.
Yeah, I'm not.
I had thought about it. I mean, I might check it out later on if it goes on sale, but I'm not interested.
Yeah,
in
I'm
it
not interested
currently.
right away.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not though. I want to be interested. Like it looked like it looked like the answer to Horizon.
Yeah, a little bit.
And but the reviews aren't great.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think the very first teaser I saw for it, I was like, that looks kind of cool. But then the more I saw, the less interested I became.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that about?
I don't know.
Anyway, so NHL 17's out as well for the PS4, Xbox One. NASCAR Heat Evolution for the PS4, Xbox One. Pro Evolution Soccer 2017 for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, 360, and PS3.
There we go.
Here it is, BioShock the Collection, PS4, Xbox One, PC. I gotta go get me that. And then
Are you gonna go back and play the first two?
Yeah, I want to go back and play the first two. Begrudgingly, under your influence of not loving it, I will certainly try it.
Yeah.
Rauter, you only played Infinite, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would love to play that again right now. I think that sounds like a great idea.
That's a good game.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Dead Rising is, I think they're re-releasing, because there's Dead Rising 2, Dead Rising 2 off the record for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So they're re-releasing. These are re-releases.
Interesting.
Minecraft Story Mode Episode 8, A Journey's End?
That's still going?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Really?
It's the bonus episodes.
Yep.
Remember the bonus 3?
I thought they were only. Ed.
Sorry.
Ed's disgust.
So wait, who was doing that for the channel? Was that you, Chris?
Yeah.
Are you still gonna do it?
No, I mean, I didn't do anything past the one that came in the original 5. Because remember, I said that whole thing about how they called them bonus episodes, but they're like, but you got to pay for them.
Oh,
I was like,
that's right.
yeah, I'm probably not doing that. So
Right.
I haven't played any of the bonus ones.
Chris is like, you got to pay for them.
We also
awesome.
got The Witness is now released for the Xbox One.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Don't Starve Together for the PS4.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then
That must be a re-release as well, right?
Yep. And then Dragon Quest VII Fragments of the Forgotten Past for the 3DS. We don't have, I was hoping MPD would release August sales charts. They have not, but I don't know if this is a news item or not. They have alluded to the fact that the Xbox One has outsold the PS4 again for the second month straight.
I saw that.
Oh.
So
I saw that.
I don't know the actual numbers yet. I think MPD will release it next week, maybe. It's usually
about
right?
mid-month. Yeah, and then
Okay.
so PlayStation and Sony and Microsoft and all of them, they all get that information way early, and that's
Yeah.
why, like, usually they'll be, because this information came out from Microsoft. They were like, "Oh, we wanted to let you know that,"
Yeah, of
just
course
like
they're gonna
Sony would
jump
do it
on
all
that.
the other months. Yeah, so because they get that information, they usually will put out press releases, and that stuff will come out, and then all the other data will, air quotes, leak out later.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the sales charts too, as far as the games too. I want to see how that went. So hopefully by next week I'll have some charts. We didn't have any oops either. So second week in a row. It's pretty shocking.
Ooh.
We probably will next week because of all my Inafune talk.
Yeah, probably. So that's
Nice.
it for me. Back to you, gentlemen.
Christopher McCracken.
Well, I know that all of you guys here were so excited about in October playing The Last Guardian. Well, about that.
Oh man.
Hey,
It's gotten a
Sorry,
short
Stancil.
delay to December 6th.
Ugh.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see.
Yeah.
December, they're gonna be like, hey,
Hey, we
quick
have to
thing
redo
about
the whole
Last Guardian.
game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We're gonna bring it out on the
2017.
We're gonna bring it out on the new Nintendo console,
Yeah, right.
and we
They
don't know
said in
anything
here
about
that this article that it was going to have to do with like squashing bugs and extra polish and blah blah. That's why the delay is a short duration. It's only a month or two. But part of me wonders, like, I wonder if they just moved it because October 25th is a pretty packed time. I mean, I think December 6th isn't it's no slouch. It's got other stuff coming out around then too. But I mean, you've got a lot of stuff coming out right at the end of October, first week of November.
Yes.
I'm curious if that played into it at all.
Yeah.
I would think so. And I think that whole extra polish quote is really just a cop out. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna throw some
Everybody
extra
says
polish.
that.
Everybody says that.
It's one of those things where I feel bad for the people like Stancil that have had this in his Amazon checkout cart for 6 years.
Nice.
Yeah, I retweeted like PlayStation's tweet the other day, and it was like from 1,000 days ago or whatever, and it's like coming out later this year on PlayStation 3, The Last Guardian.
Like, how amazing does a game have to be to have taken this long to come out?
It's not going to be amazing.
What if it's just okay?
It's not about it being amazing. It's about just internal issues.
It's about nostalgia. It's about just the anticipation of it.
And this is to finish off the trifecta of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, right? It's that same world?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that their stories are connected necessarily, but it's kind of like they're all the same kind
spiritual
of trilogy in a
successors
way.
to each other.
I don't know if the stories are connected or not.
This game better be so good, you guys.
But see,
it's not.
I can't imagine.
There's no way under the sun that this game is going to be able to live up to any kind of hype. Just like Final Fantasy 15. It's not going to live up to its hype. It's just not going to.
No way. No
10
way.
plus years in development, there's no way. People have such high expectations. No Man's Sky couldn't even live up to it, and it was only a couple years.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, but No Man's Sky didn't have half the hype of The Last Guardian.
It had a lot of hype.
Last Guardian doesn't have hype, maybe. It's just got like that edge of your seat. Really want to play
I think it has
anticipated
hype. I think it has a lot of hype, and I think it's going to crash and burn.
That it's going to be amazing? Is that the hype? Is that it's going to be amazing?
Negative or anything.
I think it's going to come out and it's going to get like probably 7s, maybe 6s. I don't think it's going to get anything higher than that.
I'm with you, Chris.
You might get an outlet here and there that's like, oh my gosh, it's a 9 or a 10 or whatever.
The true hardcore gamers,
majority of people
will love it.
That are not like, and the people who are going to be super stoked about it the most are going to be the people who loved Ico and Shadow of the Colossus and stuff. But because there's tons of people who hadn't played those, if it's in the same vein and they get this, you're like, what is this? They're not going to get it because they don't have the love for those other games and the nostalgia for those other ones. I mean, it might be its own thing and stand on its own. I'm not saying it's going to be the exact same formula or anything like that, but there's no way it can live up to it.
You ever play those, Chris? Ico? Anybody play Ico or Shadow of the Colossus?
No.
I played a little bit of Ico because I got it with PlayStation Plus one time way back when. I don't think I ever played Shadow of the Colossus.
Remember we were going to use it as the, back when we were doing the book club?
Yes.
It was the first game of like the Married to the Games book club where it's like, you know, we were going to get a couple people together during the, PlayStation Plus games and play those and talk about them.
Right.
Yeah.
I could not stay awake during Ico, man, at all.
Yeah, I remember you saying you fell asleep.
Fell asleep every time I played it.
That's awesome.
And so, I mean, there's no way I'm buying there's no way I'm buying The Last Guardian. It does look cool, but like, I mean...
I think it looks really cool.
When I saw the demo, I'm like, okay. Graphically, it didn't look very appealing.
Well, it does. The graphics don't look like it looks like a PS3 game that's been upscaled, quite frankly.
Exactly.
But like, I think the look and feel, the way that the game looks like it feels, kind of like Journey. Journey just has a feel to it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is going to be the same type of emotions or anything, or the way that it feels and plays, but there's something about it that really appeals to me visually. I'm like, this looks like an experience I want to have, but I'm not going in like, oh, I'm for sure day one and this is going to be awesome. Like I'm expecting the game to be mediocre, and I'm probably not going to buy it right off the bat, but I could see myself picking it up at some point.
Okay,
and
tell
giving
us
it
how
a
it
shot.
is.
So, I will.
Tell us how it is.
But it might be after like 12,000 reviews that come out and said, this game's a 4.
Tell us how it is in 2018, because it's going to be released in 2017 now.
Dude, I felt so... When I saw this story, I was like, no.
So many hearts got broken that day.
It had to have been. I don't remember if I talked about this last week or not, but the Xbox One has an NES emulator maybe coming out on the store.
Yeah, I'm going to call it now. There ain't no way in Hades that's coming out.
Didn't they already squash that?
Did they squash it? Is it definitely not coming?
I don't know. I thought I saw a headline last night that said so, but I didn't read it. I was just kind of skimming real quick, so I could be wrong.
I mean, I'd imagine that there's no way NES lets something like this. I mean, Nintendo lets something like this come out.
There's no way.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see it like touching the store for like half a day or for like 4 hours.
Yeah,
Just
I can
because
see that because it's
into the-
being made for Windows 10, right? That's how it's not that it's being made and pushed through Xbox. It's a Windows 10 thing, and because they're kind of the same now, they're hoping to get it over on the Xbox side as well. I think that's what they were saying.
Right.
But there's
And
no way
it was
gonna
in
get
development for the Xbox One console. And then
solely?
it passed whatever, I don't know about solely, but
Okay.
it passed whatever certification that it needs. And so it's called Nestbox, and you can follow them on Twitter. So it's on the Windows Store, but it doesn't have Xbox One support. So I don't know that it'll ever pop up, but it's one of those things where you're like, man, if that pops up for even 2 seconds,
Yeah.
I'm getting that junk. So you can go download it. It's called Universal Emulator on the Windows Store, but
Which,
it's
I mean,
not
I guess you
necessarily
could say
Xbox
that
One.
gives it hope because the fact that it's on the official Windows Store too, you could say, hey, maybe. Because I'm actually a little surprised it's there too as well. Obviously it could be out online somewhere and you just download it. It's no big deal because they don't have as much control.
And I mean,
there,
there's emulators all over the place, but for it to like be coming through a Windows Store just feels
that's what makes it crazy. So I guess you could say there's a
Definitely.
chance, but I'll bet another $20, Rauter. That ain't showing up.
Router, don't take that bet.
I ain't taking that bet.
So we'll see what happens with those guys. I just keep your eye out for Nestbox. If it pops up there, y'all hit us on Twitter and let us know because I'm trying to get it. And then you would put your ROMs on a USB drive, and that's how you would, work it out.
Yeah, according to Techno Buffalo, Microsoft has revoked the certification to have it on the Xbox One. Sorry.
Man, you could put an NES emulator on your phone. Why you want it on your Xbox One?
Because I don't like playing with touchscreens.
Use a
I agree.
Bluetooth
Yeah, I
controller.
agree there.
And I'm not taking a Bluetooth controller around just to play some ROMs every now and then.
Well, look, all you got to do is wait until the NX drops, and then you're good.
There you go. Anyway, Chris, give us something else, Doc.
So the PlayStation 4.0 update has finally dropped. So if your console's set in rest mode, you probably already have it downloaded and installed. If not, you can go ahead and add it. Adds things like folders, a better quick menu, start menu, like the one that flies out where you can stop games or switch between different apps. There's a lot of different community stuff and different customization you can do to your like your home page, if you will, like where your profile and everything is. There's trophy editions where you can do like offline trophies. You can see hidden trophies, a lot of different things. You can go and look up all the different specifics. It's one of those ones that doesn't feel, pretty much all of the PlayStation updates, they don't feel super significant until you start kind of digging around. You're like, oh, okay, they added some pretty cool little features here. And I know Microsoft they've put out like updates every single month, don't they? Like for the Xbox One?
I'm not on there enough to know.
Neither am I.
With poor Tim. Neither am I.
I'm pretty sure it's every month because there for a while I was only logging into my Xbox One like once a month, and it felt like every time I turned the thing on, it'd be like, "Hey, it's time to update." I'm like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me with this crap!" And I know people love the monthly updates and everything, and it's just a pick your poison kind of thing. Me personally, because I don't turn my Xbox on enough and I don't leave it in the instant on mode because I don't turn it on very much, I hate having an update all the daggum time. It's like I'd rather it be once every quarter and just be like a mega drop that gives me a lot of cool stuff. I don't really like the give me an update every month thing. It just kind of annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
All the dadgum time.
Oh my gosh. Every time I turn it on, it's time to update.
That's such a Dallas thing.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, everybody. The struggle is real.
Yeah, it is. So Super Mario Run, I've never noticed this on the iOS before this game, but have you guys ever seen that notify button? Like Super Mario Run is all over the front of the iOS App Store, like it's out.
Yeah,
and you can
I've never
download it.
seen that get notified. I've never seen that before. I was like, what?
And I know.
No,
I was
thank
like,
you.
I want it.
I'll just wait till it comes out. I'm sure I'll know.
I have Twitter. I've been notified.
What do you guys think though about the notify me button on iOS for games that are coming? I feel like if it wasn't Nintendo, I'd be really frustrated because I feel like that could just clutter the store up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want it to become like a crazy thing where there's notify everywhere. But then again, it's probably
It's
only
smart.
ever going to exist for something that's a big deal. And how often is that really going to be?
It is. I mean, it is smart.
Yeah,
I mean, Nintendo on iOS is a pretty big deal.
very big deal. Are you guys notified?
No.
No, I did not sign up to get notified.
Nope.
Again,
Oh,
I've got
man.
so much social media and video game news I'm looking all the time. I will know the minute it hits.
See,
Yeah.
I'm expecting to be laying in bed, and at like 11:57 one night, it's gonna be like, ding ding, and I'm be like, oh, what's that? And they'll be like, Mario Brothers Run, Super Mario Run, and I'll be like, great. Well, I'm staying up till 4 a.m. Like I'm expecting it to hit when I'm not gonna be looking at the phone,
Yeah.
and I don't have an iPhone, and so I need something to bring my attention to it. So it's
Well,
on Jenny's iPhone.
But we're gonna fix that, right? No. No, there's also on iOS 10. So now the new messaging features, you can have stickers and different things. There's a Mario sticker pack, and it's free.
Really?
Of course, I don't I haven't updated Stacy's phone or anybody else that I know that has iOS 10 because I'm the only nerd that does that stuff right away. So I've got all these stickers. Like I got nobody to send them to, but I can't wait to use this Mario popping out of a pipe
There you go.
to say just miss seeing
Stickers,
you.
you guys. Stickers.
We've got Batman coming out on September 20th.
Yeah, we do.
The second episode, Children of Arkham. Ed,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
you go be on that thing?
Yeah, man.
I want like this is the only thing about episodic. I want to play this so bad, but I do not want to wait.
I know, right?
Is the weight rough on this one? Did they leave it up in the air, or is it okay on this one?
They left it up in the air, but it's unlike a lot of Telltale games where it's like 6 months later and it's like, when's this next episode dropping? So when I heard it was dropping, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Here it comes.
You're like, I could do September 20th.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully they'll keep it going. I just, maybe it's just the American in me that's like, give it to me now. I want all of it now.
No,
Give it
I'm
to
kind of like you because in episode or season 1 and 2 of The Walking Dead, I played season 1 where I waited for every episode, and then
Yeah, me
season
too.
2 I waited until they were all dropped and played it, and I enjoyed that much better. When I went back to play Michonne, I was doing that as they dropped. Even though it was only about a month for the next episode, by the time it got here, I was like, "Wait, what happened again?"
Yeah,
oh yeah,
That's a good point. You kind of forget it.
I like the back to back, if nothing else, just to make sure that I'm staying tight with it. So
Right.
I'm
yes.
kind of like you. If I were playing the Batman game or whatever the next Telltale adventure I have, I'm probably going to wait till they're all dropped and do it that way. I found it a more enjoyable experience.
And what do you guys think has happened with Bigsby and them?
I don't know, man. I don't even hear any rumbling about it.
Doggone it, man. The Wolf Among Us.
Come
I
on.
know, right? I hear they're working on another Game of Thrones, and I'm like, was that really as good as the Wolf Among Us?
No,
I don't
man.
think so.
I didn't think so either.
Do you think something happened like behind the scenes, like they weren't supposed to be using some of those names?
Maybe.
And so they got caught up in some
I
legal
don't
stuff
know.
and can't
Maybe they
bring
just
another
can't
one
get
out
the story.
Maybe it didn't perform as well as
We all thought.
as we think.
people think that because it seems like a lot of people really love that, but I know myself included a ton of people who never played it. So maybe it just didn't do as well.
Maybe
I don't
not.
know, man.
Because like if it didn't
Dang
hit,
it.
its sales projections, let's say, it may have done good enough to do it, but but these other ones did better, so let's get those sequels out first. Maybe
Yeah, that's
something
true.
like that.
See, but I never heard that Game of Thrones was even good.
Yeah, and I never heard anything about it, other than it was out. Where I hear, everyone raves about The Wolf Among Us. So
Yeah, oh, yeah.
maybe it's just name recognition. People know Game of Thrones more than they know The
Yeah.
Wolf Among Us.
I don't know.
And now that
I-
the season's over, they need something to wet their whistle about with Game of Thrones, so maybe they're focusing on that.
I
Yeah.
feel like if it was a legal or a licensing issue, word would have come out about it
Yeah,
in some
you
way.
would think.
Not officially, probably, but we would have heard rumblings about like, Wolf Among Us 2 is in development, Hades or something. I feel like something would have come out. The fact that there's
Yeah.
been nothing tells me that they must not be working on anything.
Yeah.
Weird.
Who knows?
Shame, man.
What else you got, Chris?
What else do I have? So Hearthstone is having a welcome back program, if you will, or welcome new players program, actually is what they're calling it. And the way that it works is if you spend $5, because they're trying to entice people to spend real money, if you spend $5, you will get 10 classic packs and you're guaranteed at least one legendary card.
Sweet.
Which is actually, if you're willing to spend money, a pretty good deal. And I've been wanting to get back into the game anyways. I was like,
Have you
I got
really?
$5 in credits. Yeah, it's one of those things where I keep saying, okay, one night when I'm laying in bed, I'm going to fire up the iPad because that's usually the way that I play. And I'm going to go back into Hearthstone. And I just hadn't done it yet, but I fully intend to go back and play because I just really enjoyed playing that game.
Yeah, I do too, man. I want to play a little bit more of it.
And it's one of those ones, once I started playing, like I got back in a rhythm. I was like, oh yeah, and I could just come back to it. I just feel like I need to get back in a rhythm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then also Destiny, they're prepping for the next expansion, The Rise of Iron. They dropped, and now they have, in their most recent update, they have added private matches to PvP, which is kind of a big deal for Destiny.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be jumping back in there soon because I did pre-order The Rise of Iron, and I feel like I need to jump back in and kind of get my feet wet before going right into an expansion.
Right.
Get the controls
Remember
back
what the
under
heck
your
it is
fingers.
I'm doing? Yeah.
Right.
So I'm hoping this next week I might actually get to play a game on a console, and that might be one of the ones that I play.
There you go. I
Nice.
miss that game so bad, man. I miss the camaraderie that came out of that game.
Yeah, and I don't honestly know how many of my friends still play like regularly. I know a lot of people that I played with before still do play, but I only know a couple that I see on there all the time on my little friends icon thing. So I might be going in there and be like all by myself. Who
Yeah,
knows?
exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Guys, anyone?
Yeah. Anyone?
Hello?
Anyone want to kill Kuroda?
So to gear up for Battlefield 1, EA's doing a thing called Road to Battlefield 1, and they're giving away all the Battlefield 4 expansions for free.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they're free right now on Xbox and 360, and they should be free on PlayStation and PC soon. But
Yeah,
the
they are.
expansions, are they already?
Well, it is on PlayStation. I don't think it's extended to PC yet.
But the expansions are usually $15 each. So I think this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for free right now.
Nice.
China Rising, Second Assault, Naval Strike, Dragon's Teeth, and Final Stand. I don't know why I feel like I have to say Dragon's Teeth like that. But they're free, so go get your Battlefield 4 on before you get Battlefield 1.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious about this because since I'm going to do the EA Access, I'm wondering if these will apply to that because I don't know if everything in EA Access has to work within its own little walled garden. I'm not sure how it works.
Huh.
So I'm like, if I download EA Access and then I download Battlefield 4 and then go to the Xbox store and download all these expansions, will they all just work or not? I'm kind
Right.
of curious to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. What else you got, Chris?
There is going to be an Assassin's Creed Ezio Trilogy Pack coming out for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. There's also a collector's version that's going to come with a little statue bust of Ezio, which I was calling him Enzo the other day for some reason. I couldn't remember the guy's
It's okay.
name.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
that's going to be
your-
coming out pretty soon, which is kind of nuts because the whole thing is Assassin's Creed was like, we're not going to have an annual game this year. We're not going to do that. We're going to take our time. Hey, by the way, here's an Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Revelation. And out of all of those, I think Brotherhood is probably the best one. So it's not like the greatest.
But you
pack
didn't
in the
play
world.
Assassin's Creed 2, right?
I did not. No,
Did you play Revelations?
I did.
Yeah, I knew you were a huge fan of Brotherhood.
One
Yeah, Brotherhood was great.
and two, you can kind of, one especially feels like you're just doing the same thing over and over again. And then two made it a little bit better, but not like a whole lot better on that
Yeah.
side of things. And then
I don't know.
Brotherhood.
So many people seem to love 2. I never played it.
Well,
but-
two coming off of one was good. You have to understand,
Yeah.
like, one was good. It just was really repetitive. And then two
Yeah.
just wasn't as repetitive, but still fairly repetitive. And then Brotherhood was, I felt like out of those little
That was
three
awesome.
were really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it lets you do things so differently. So it could feel repetitive, but then you could, take out your targets so many different ways. that it felt different enough.
It had more options.
Yeah. All right, I'm out. Except for the fact that get ready to see a bunch of Xbox commercials because football's back on.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how much Microsoft paid, but they have doubled down and they are the official console of the NFL. And you see that commercial all the time. And they're smart to also be the ones doing the Titanfall 2 commercials. So you feel like you don't really skip a beat on the whole Titanfall Microsoft thing. So when I started seeing the new commercials roll out, I was like, oh, good that Xbox and Microsoft do those commercials.
Right.
It makes me feel like all warm and fuzzy. Anything else, Chris?
No, I am out.
Eduardo.
Yes, sir.
What's going on over the YouTube channel besides me embarrassing myself?
Well, besides you embarrassing yourself, which you really didn't, but you'll say that, we've got parts
True story.
14 and 15 of Dishonored Definitive Edition. Chris is still going to town with those.
Nice.
Parts 1 through 4 of that Forza Horizon 3 demo.
There you go.
And looking at the top 10 YouTube videos, combining average watch time and views for September 5th through September 11th. Number 10, Gabe and Chris react to The Last Guardian.
Hey-o. Coming out.
Popping up in the news kind of helps that a little bit. Number 9, Fantasia Part 1, Introduction. I don't know what's going on.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Number 8, Rise of the Tomb Raider Part 36, Gate Crasher.
Yep.
Number 7, Gabe and Chris react to God of War.
Let me ask you something, though, on that Gate Crasher. Is that the name of the chapter?
That's the name of the chapter, yes.
In the game?
In the game, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 6, Gabe and Chris react to Death Stranding. So that's been in the news a little bit recently. That's probably going to stay up there for a little while.
Yeah, we'll see.
Number 5, Lego Dimensions Part 36, Bane.
Yeah.
Number 4, Hue Part 10, University.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Number 3, Gabe and Chris react to Resident Evil 7.
Hey-o, give me that bronze, Doc.
There we go.
Number 2, Hue Part 11, Ending.
Oh, okay.
And number 1, Ori and the Blind Forest Part 14,
Thornfell Swamp.
Nice. What is the deal with that video, man?
I just want it to keep coming because I want to keep saying Thornfell Swamp.
Exactly. This is fun to sing.
Oh, that's awesome, Ed. That's hilarious.
Crazy.
Is there a puzzle in that one, I'm guessing?
I think so, yeah. I feel like there's something in there that people aren't... and it's kind of the same thing with those Hue videos. As I was playing them, I was like, people are going to be looking this one up to see what to do here. So,
right.
Yeah, that's got to be what they're using it for.
That's hilarious.
I'm usually one of those people looking something up because I don't spend much time on a puzzle.
Do you not?
I'm trying to move the game forward. I ain't
Really?
about to get stuck on a dang puzzle. Yeah, if it takes me more than 10 minutes and I ain't figured it out, YouTube.
Nice.
I ain't wasting my time on no puzzle.
Can you remember a puzzle in recent history that you had to do that with? Where you had to go look it up and you're like,
I can't think of one recently.
The Uncharted 4 puzzles were pretty easy and straight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
was
didn't,
good.
and I was blazing through that one so quick. There may have been a puzzle out there like online where they showed how to do it, but I didn't. I was just like, well, I'm so far ahead, I can figure this out, and they weren't too hard. So
Yeah.
ugh, that's hilarious. Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you guys, did you start a podcast after listening to Married to the Games? We want to shout it out. So this is the time where we go shout out some stuff, and we're starting off with some voicemails.
Hey guys, it's Sean Capri calling from Canada. I am so happy that you're celebrating your 4th birthday. Happy birthday. And just for the question of the week, I obviously started We the Gamercast and had Tim Rauter on, and I've had Josh Stapleton on. So not only have I started a podcast by being inspired by you guys, but I've also had a few of the family members on. So thank you so much for 4 years of awesomeness, and keep it up, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What up? It's your boy Chalfie out here talking about my podcast that I'm running, Games We Don't Play, where me and my buddy Sean, we talk about games we don't play because we don't have time to play them because we're busy with, kids, wives, 9 to 5s, all that business, just like you guys. Already had Ed on. Hopefully we'll get the rest of you guys on. Chris, Tim, Gabe. It's going to happen. So we'll see you out here soon.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. And then
That's cool.
over on the forum, we've got Tigsta said, nope.
Nice.
I have been interested in doing something similar to Ed's Foot in the Door podcast. Yes, I have been inspired.
Nice.
Yeah, we got Spider Jedi. He said, yes, I started my podcast called That's Entertaining in December of 2015. It began as a show about entertainment news, game talk, then turned into a weekly topic discussion like a movie, TV show, or game with news and weekly entertainment. The first co-host with me was Justin Pickard, whom I met through these very forums. He had to step aside for a while. Then I got a chance to bring on some other great members of the community as co-hosts, such as Jason, Dan, Mo, and even the mighty Paolo himself.
Nice.
Gabe also stopped by an early episode to geek out on Final Fantasy VII, which was a fun time.
Nice.
That was a good time. I was like, they were like, hey, do you want to do this podcast going to sit around Final Fantasy VII? I was like, I'd love to do that. Yes, that'd be great. After Donnie Reese, after weeks and weeks of screaming loud Nintendo facts in my car while listening to Married to the Games, yes, I was inspired to start a podcast. Just kidding. I wanted to talk about video games with my friends just like you guys do each week and felt like maybe somebody out there would want to listen as well. The original MTTG trifecta showed me that in this day and age, if you want to get your voice out there, you just have to do it and quit waiting for an invitation. And once I was done with college, I began doing my research and finding people who were interested in joining the crusade. My podcast is called the PSVG Podcast from PlaySomeVideoGames.com. We also run a blog covering news and our opinions, and we just recorded our 33rd official episode last Friday.
Nice.
Nice.
Good deal.
Let's see. Scott Clark. I started the Gaming Outsider podcast just over a year ago and was even lucky enough to have Mr. Chris McCracken as a special guest on an episode.
Hey-o.
What?
I feel I owe a lot to the MTTG crew as they've proved that it is possible to have a clean podcast and still be entertaining, and we're still going strong. We just recorded our 207th episode tonight.
Nice.
That means he's going fast. He just started over a year ago and he's already at 207. We're only at 209.
Wow.
I know that they have done some in between ones. Like they'll have their official one that's like this week's podcast, but then they'll have little ones in between that like maybe review a game or something like that.
Nice.
I don't know if that's counting towards it
Sure,
or not.
it must.
But either way, they're putting out a lot of good content.
Sweet. He said he just booked an interview with one of the voice actors from Firewatch.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Oh, cool.
Much like you guys, our podcast is very community focused, and we try to have on as many guests as and we try to have on any and all guests whenever possible. If anyone would like to join in some video game discussion with us, please hit us up.
Yeah, they're really active on their Facebook page.
Nice. Over on Facebook, our Facebook page, which we're not very active on, Zach Ald. Hey guys, I didn't start listening to your podcast till I had my own, but you've been a driving force to keep mine going. I'm now 110 episodes in. It's called Plug and Play Podcast, and it's available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and TuneIn.
Very cool.
Over on Twitter, Delvin Cox at Delvin_Cox. Yep, it's called The Mic Drop Pod, and we started it this week.
Oh, snap.
You guys,
Whoa, nice.
you guys were
Congratulations.
definitely inspiration to do it. Nice, Delvin.
I got to check that out.
Yeah. Eric Green at ECG28713, which totally sounds like one of those names you would block on Twitter. Hey, like, I have the 28713. He said, no, but I sure started listening to a whole lot more of them. Hashtag answer MTTG. Thank you guys so much for your answers to the question this week. We love that through this community has come and sprouted other communities. It's so much fun. We feel like
That's
some
awesome.
proud parents up in here.
Yeah, I have most of those on my queue, but I got a few I got to add now.
There you go. And there's some more on the forums. I didn't read them all, but there's some more on the forums that everybody can dig into as well.
I can't wait to start listening to the Nope podcast.
Exactly.
It's going to be awesome.
Let's see. You know where to find us. Facebook.com/Married to the Games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. You can always come check out our videos on YouTube.com/Married to the Games, and the website marriedtothegames.com/forum is where we're doing a lot of talking. Woo. All right. And Eduardo.
Rate us on iTunes. Write a little review because
Nice.
I totally thought you were throwing it to Rauter and he's just going to have a cough
Saw
fist.
that one coming.
Well, let's get into some questions.
Nice. All right. Email. Lucas Ham. Good morning, gentlemen, from your West Virginian brother living in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to celebrate another holiday together and answer a question that is somewhat sort of related to it. But first, I would like to say a quick thank you for all you guys do. Your podcast and the community that you've built around it has provided a great way to make new friends, learn new things, and laugh while doing mundane tasks on the honey-do list.
Mm-hmm.
So happy belated for your birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Now on to our holiday and question. Happy National Coloring Day. As children, we spent our time doing things such as coloring simply because they were interesting or fun. Of course, this was mainly because we didn't have kids and wives or 9-to-5s.
Right.
So take some time to share what you really enjoyed doing as a child, both on your own and with kids in your neighborhood and or school for fun. I loved playing hide and go seek until eventually getting yelled at by my parents, riding bikes as far as the most overprotective mom of the kids in our group would allow us. How about you fellers?
Man, we also have to say happy play some video games day. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
on Monday?
Yeah.
What was it called?
National Video Games Day or something
National
like
Video
that?
Games Day. Yes.
oh, there you go.
I'm glad that came and went. And I didn't play any video games. Gosh.
So
Yeah,
defiant.
neither did I.
Yeah.
It was
All
great.
right, what do we like to do as kids, Ed?
We would record episodes of Scooby-Doo on a tape recorder and then reenact them, lip syncing to them for the other neighborhood kids.
Really?
Yeah, we would make
That's
performances
a theater kid
of
for you.
Scooby-Doo.
Golly. So wait, so the TV's going, you would take your tape recorder and just hit record the whole episode, and then reenact it to the voices,
Exactly.
and then reenact with your mom calling you in the background.
I know, exactly. we just go around to the neighborhood and be like, hey, everyone, there's a Scooby-Doo show going on at 3 o'clock today. Just so you know, it's going to be in the garage. Come check it out.
It's hilarious.
Nice.
So Ed was the only one that didn't dream about being in a garage band. He was in garage theater.
Exactly.
He was in garage theater.
Golly.
Come on, Ubisoft, get on that.
Chris McCracken.
I would play it like I was a DJ on the radio sometimes.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Because I had a tape deck that had 2 tapes, and I'd have 1 tape, and I'd play a song. And I remember when I realized, wait, I can take the volume and slide it down as I start to talk. That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
And then I'd hit play on the other tape deck as I pause this one and bring it up. And now we're going to play some blah, blah, blah. And then it would go up. I was such a
Nice.
nerd.
Some Ace of Base.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there it is. I saw the sign.
Timmy.
Man, I'm right along there playing hide and seek, riding bikes, hide and go seek, riding bikes, and playing with G.I. Joe and Transformers, man. Back in the day. I
Nice.
loved those toys. Those toys were so much fun.
Ninja
There you
Turtles.
go.
Woo.
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah, that was a
They've
given.
always been just a part of my life, man. Since I was, I mean, literally as long as I can remember, I've been playing video games from when I think I did good in school that one day, and my dad and mom bought me a. I remember
That one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Just one day,
Yeah, just
right?
one day I was good in school. My dad bought me the NES with the 3 games on the one cartridge. It was Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and Track and Field.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the first thing I got, and then they got me the Genesis. And I mean, that was back when my parents were married. My parents divorced when I was like 8 or something like that. And so I had gotten both those consoles before then. But besides video games, I think probably riding bikes. And yeah, I think that's what we did around the neighborhood the most was ride bikes. And I mean, but you know what's weird, man? When I think back to my childhood, I mean, riding bikes is a stretch only because like I really played a lot of video games. And so I would go over to my buddy Matt's house that lived down the street and we played, he, had Sega CD and stuff like that. And we played that. That was middle school. And then later I started hanging at my boy Jason and Nate's house and we played Dreamcast. And I mean, a lot of my friendships really were based a lot around video games growing up.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy because I don't feel like, at least when I was younger, I really, even though I've had a game system since as far back as I can remember, I didn't really start playing them a lot until probably middle school. Mm-hmm. Like even when I was in elementary, like I had them, but I definitely did more outdoor, like riding my bike and whatever. Right. I did a lot of that way more than I did video games. Video games was very much like the sun's gone down, I can't really be outside. Okay, now I'm going to play a video game kind of thing. Or if it was like a family, not really family reunion, but family gathering of some sorts. Right. Like me and my cousins, we would go in the back room where the TV and the Nintendo was and we would play. But on my own time, like outside of that, I was definitely doing more outdoor stuff, running around, doing whatever.
And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the creek with the neighbor girl or anything like that, but it was just like... It's still like video games were still, I think, always a constant. Like that was always what I still asked for Christmas and, and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Good question, though.
Great question. Thank you, Lucas, for that. Moving on to Facebook. D High. Have any of you guys played any sports in your past, and do you still play?
Nope.
Well, you didn't see me on the football field on Sunday? Come on now.
I was a theater kid, man. I did theater growing up. I didn't do any sports.
The only thing when I was really young, I played t-ball, and then I got up to coach pitch, but I never went past that.
Oh,
and I never played anything else. I wasn't good enough at basketball, or I wasn't big enough for something like football or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Whenever you could play for your school, so
I was good at volleyball. I did volleyball, and like we had the intramural volleyball going on, where it wasn't really the school team, but it was like a bunch of different teams went against each other just in school, and I was on that, and we did pretty good.
I remember playing volleyball like in gym just as one of the things you had to do, but I don't think I ever had a school that had a boys volleyball team. It was only
I wish
girls.
ours did, because I would have played.
Yeah, ours was co-ed. The team was co-ed for sure. Yeah.
Interesting.
Eduardo?
Little League baseball, did some boxing growing up. You
did boxing?
Not anymore.
I think that's awesome.
You were a boxer?
I didn't. I was only a trainer. I never actually had any fights. I only trained and sparred. But
how could you train if you didn't fight? Like,
well, you can.
His dad was a trainer.
The bag workouts and stuff like that, and then we would spar.
I got you.
And we'd spar in the ring, but I just never went and had any bouts.
Did you ever punch somebody in the face?
I'm sorry. What's that?
Did you ever punch somebody in the face?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That's the goal.
Yeah, it's kind of the goal, isn't it?
It's an excuse for a kid to hit another kid and not get in trouble.
Yeah. When you're a kid, there's none of that money in the bank, hit him in the body kind of stuff to drop. It's like face.
Go straight for the face, man.
I can still remember doing the while I was in the ring, kind of doing like a 360 Luke Skywalker spin.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
And I was like, I thought it looked really cool, and I just remember Dad going, "Don't put your back to your opponent."
Yeah, that's not boxing.
Nice.
That's funny.
I did soccer in my early years, and then about halfway through middle school, I switched over to wrestling.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Man, that sport is so good. It is so tough, but between 7th and 8th grade, I dropped like 20 pounds.
I bet.
And it's a really good sport, good conditioning sport, and I love it. And now I'm assistant coaching Piper's soccer team. So
there you go.
So I'm coming full circle now, which is great. I love it. It's so much fun though. I like it. I like to be out there and active, especially if my girl wants to be out and active, I want to be out there with her.
There you go.
That's awesome.
I like it.
Moving on, Joseph Grimm. Hey guys, since the PS4 Pro doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray player, what are your thoughts on how it will play 4K games? Will the games be download only, or are you pressing?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
number
know.
one, it's not going to play little, if any, 4K games in 4K resolution like natively. So
Right.
it's just not going to. But the second thing is that it doesn't need a 4K Blu-ray player to play them off there, because it's not all the disc is just like the housing of the data. So it's just reading the game off of there and downloading it to the hard drive.
Right.
So the game can be higher resolution or whatever resolution it wants to be, because the data is just being put on the hard drive.
Yeah, it's not like
Right.
the video file where it reads a video file and plays it as you would think.
So it's not like a movie where
Yes.
you need to be able to have a player that can read that high file like as it's playing off the disc.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
So that doesn't matter in terms of it not having the 4K Blu-ray player.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got a voicemail question.
Hit it.
Hey guys, it's Blake from Kansas. I'm getting married this Saturday. Super
Woo!
excited about
Hey.
that. But on Sunday, we start the honeymoon in New York, and we don't know what to go see. We've both never
Nice.
been to the city. We're both from towns that are about the size of a pea or a walnut, like 300 people. So, but
300 people?
anything you can
What?
suggest would be great. And if anybody in the family could suggest too, I'm at the Radio Carter on Twitter. Thank you all. Love y'all. Keep gaming.
Oh,
That's
man.
awesome.
Congratulations.
All right,
Congratulations.
guys. I got
City.
this. I got this. Y'all just sit
Yeah, yeah.
back. So
Take it.
eat pizza and the big lady that holds the thing, Liberty Girl. Go see her.
Router, you
And,
should have this
yeah.
one, man. New York, that's your stomping grounds.
Sit down, Chris. I got
Yeah,
this
sorry.
one.
I've never even been to New York. I'm sorry. I wish I could go.
So a lot depends on what you want to do. If you want to do a lot of the touristy stuff, definitely go into Times Square. And there's a couple booths there where you might be able to get some Broadway tickets, last-minute Broadway tickets on the fly for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
My recommendation would be, of course, Wicked and or The Lion King. I think The Lion King's still at the Amsterdam Theater. That's a great one. Downtown is really where we spend a lot of our time. So if you go down by Houston Street, so south of Houston Street is called Soho. So that whole area has great shopping for the missus if she wants to go around. There's all kinds of really cute little boutique stores and that kind of stuff. Definitely want to get a nice Italian meal at Little Italy, which is on Mulberry Street. So if you even go further from Houston, there's Canal Street, which goes across Manhattan, and then a little bit a ways up is Mulberry Street, and that's where Little Italy is. Great, and just pick a place. Any of those places will be great. There's probably guys out there hustling you to get into their place anyway, so it's so much fun, man. New York City is great, and if you can, go up to Central Park. The Central Park Zoo there is a lot of fun too if you want to go see some animals. And just to walk around Central Park is fantastic as well.
Yeah. Aladdin is also a play that's up, the musical that's up now.
Yes.
That
Ooh,
is
good
supposed to be
call.
really good. If you don't mind Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the Book of Mormon, I hear, is really, really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a Broadway play called Oh Hello, and it's comedians Nick Kroll and John Mulaney doing a couple of hilarious characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They've done them on TV a bit, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's something. And then I'm a huge fan of the Gotham Comedy Club, which is it's not in Times Square. It's a few blocks south, but it's a great little club that's very intimate, and there's some great acts, especially if you don't go on the weekend. A lot of times, if you're there during the week, you'll get a lot of the big name comedians testing stuff out for the weekend, and you can see them for a lot cheaper as well. So that's a fun thing to do.
Yeah. I would recommend there's a show there that's struggling and they can't sell any tickets called Hamilton. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
You're not going to get into Hamilton, but
No, get a small home loan.
but one thing you might be able to do is go see Fallon, go see the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And so you can maybe sign up for tickets for that. They shoot every day except Friday, I think. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think they shoot. They might shoot Friday, I forget. But some of those shows double up on a day. But that would be a really cool thing to go do, and
that'd be great.
Or if you could, chances are slim, but you might be able to get into SNL or something like that. Oh, they're not shooting right now.
Nah.
Shoot.
No.
Well, Fallon's shooting, so go see Fallon.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's the city that never sleeps. So you're not gonna. If you don't have reservations, you could probably just find some really cool little restaurant.
Yes.
You'll always be surprised by what comes around. So just enjoy it, man. Walk around with your new bride and just have a great time. Everybody's really cool.
Go get a cronut.
Yeah. Go get a cronut.
That tour of 30 Rock is really good. You can see the SNL studio.
Yes.
That's true.
And I think,
that's a good one.
I think Marvel has a place there that does tours. I'm not sure. And there's also a video game spot right outside of Times Square that I went to last time I was there. That's actually really, really cool. We walked to it, and it's overpriced, but they have everything in there. It's insane. I mean,
nice.
It was the first place where I saw like all 3 versions of Shenmue 2. The European version.
Very cool.
Yeah, the Japanese version. I guess just the 2, and then the American version, obviously on Xbox. But
do the double-decker bus too if you just want to get a good feel for the city too. We did that just recently. What was that, Memorial Day or somewhere around there? That was so much fun just to hop on, and if it's a nice day, man, just go around the city and just don't get caught in the gay pride parade. The pride parade.
That's what happened to you,
we
yeah.
did. But that was awesome though. That was still so much fun. If you get caught, it's great. It's even better. But yeah, you'll get your bearings about the city too. It's pretty easy.
Man, but congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Amazing. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Twitter at Arctic Warlocks. 'Tis the season, and I already had pumpkin bread, pumpkin beer, pumpkin cookie, yogurt, muffins, and latte.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Are you a pumpkin person? Had any yet?
Man, my wife is huge on that pumpkin spice latte. She loves that from Star Bizzles. So I'm big on pumpkin pie. I mean, I am the chubby ninja, so I mean, come on now.
Yes, sir.
So I can do some pumpkin pie, that's for sure. And Chris is a big fan of pumpkin stuff, right?
Yeah, actually, pumpkin pie is one of the least things that I do. But
Wow,
I do pretty
really?
much pumpkin everything else.
When you're the color of pumpkins, I think you have to like pumpkin stuff.
Gingers love pumpkins.
I pumpkin bread, pumpkin beer, almost everything that he listed on that list. I'm like, yep,
You're
bring
like,
it.
check, check, and check. Yep.
I will eat it.
Wow.
Or drink it.
That is awesome.
Nice.
What's your favorite pumpkin beer? Or like pumpkin
Is there more than one?
tasting beer?
You
Well,
mean
Sam
like,
Adams. Sam Adams does like an Oktoberfest. I'm from the beer man himself, Chris. What's your favorite kind of like fall beer?
I don't have a favorite brand necessarily. There's a brewery down here in Texas called Shiner, and I believe they make an Oktoberfest beer, but I think they also make one periodically that's made out of pumpkin. It's really
Nice.
good. I've had the Sam Adams one, and it's pretty good too. I haven't really had a bad pumpkin beer. But it's definitely not everybody's cup of tea.
No, it's not. Like the Oktoberfest beers and like the pumpkin beers. I think I last fall I did the Sam Adams stuff, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'll definitely be picking some up.
Awesome. Ed?
I'm like Gabe. I like pumpkin pie, but I don't really go out of my way to eat anything else that's like seasonal pumpkin flavored.
Yeah. I've always wanted to take 1 year though and really carve a pumpkin really good. So we'll see if this,
definitely,
if this
man,
is
do
the
it.
year. Yeah.
I haven't done that since I was a kid.
You should do
It's
it.
fun.
Really? Do it, dude.
Taking all the guts out and everything. I like the ones where people do the frowny face and they have the guts coming out of the mouth like it just threw up.
Yeah, those are fun.
Ugh,
That's always a good one.
I like that.
And then you can take the pumpkin seeds and broil them and put a little salt over them,
Oh,
and they're
so
actually
good.
quite delicious.
Yeah, pumpkin
so
seeds are good.
I like them.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, it's fall, baby. It's coming
No,
up.
that's right. Good question.
At DSpin67, real question. What is a realistic cutoff time for Nintendo to announce their new console if it's coming next year? As soon as possible?
No, I don't know if there's a cutoff time because they're Nintendo.
Yeah.
So anything
I don't
they
think
say,
it really
anything
matters.
they say
I mean,
will make
when they
news.
announce it, and that's it.
And I guess it depends on what time next year. If it's next holiday, then
Yeah.
as opposed to, January 3rd.
Do we not have a window? I thought we had a window when it was coming. Do we not have anything?
March?
It's supposed to come out in March.
Yeah, right?
I don't know if they. Yeah.
So, I mean,
So they'll announce it in March?
I mean,
know, right?
exactly. I mean, I think they should announce it before the holidays so people can start
Oh,
pre-ordering.
you think so? Or you think they should wait right after?
No, I feel like they'll say something before year's end about it to give us some more information about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I think that I kind of agree with that. I think there'll be something before year's end, but I had retweeted Z Huge on Twitter the other day, but he said it's been 576 days since Nintendo officially acknowledged or announced that the NX is a thing.
Wow.
And then he goes, and then people said Scorpio was announced early.
Wow.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Seriously.
true.
I didn't realize it had been that long. But I was like, geez, it's been forever. It's like, just give us something. Come on.
Yeah, I think if they could get ahead of Christmas just for the pre-orders, because as a kid, like, you know, we didn't grow up with a bunch of money, and so like my mom would give me like receipts of gifts of stuff that was coming. Like,
Right.
hey, you don't have it today, but I want you to know I'm buying you, you know, XYZ, or maybe she would put some money on it and then finish putting some money on it after Christmas or something like that. And so
Yeah.
like I've grown up with that not being that weird. And so I think I gave Jenny a gift of something that was like in the mail or didn't end up showing up in time. And so I was like, hey, this is coming or something
Yeah.
like that. So I could see somebody buying a kid like, hey, you don't have it for Christmas, but March, you're getting the new Nintendo, you know?
Right.
I kind of think they should do it after the holidays because they're going to get buried in everybody else's.
Try to get that tax season money.
But no, I'm thinking like January is always like the video game doldrums. You know, you've got January and February, and then March kicks in, and that's when a lot more releases come out.
Mhm.
So if you come out after the holidays, everybody takes a breath. They're all done packing up all the Christmas decorations, and then boom, hit them with some Nintendo news. That might be a good kickoff to the year. And because I can't see pre-orders happening too much around the holidays for something that nobody really knows about.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way. I don't think that they're going to announce anything for pre-order before year's end. I just think that they are going to say something like
They'll say
maybe
something.
they won't maybe give us a picture of what it looks like or just some concrete information about what it actually is, because at the moment all we know is its code name. We don't know anything else officially.
They should get with J.J. Abrams and do a teaser.
Right.
Yeah.
Complete with lens flare.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm kind of, it wouldn't surprise me either way. It wouldn't shock me if they did put it up for pre-order, and it also would not shock me if all they do is just say, yeah, NX, it kind of looks like this, and show a shadow image or
do you
something
think
ridiculous.
they'll even do? Because if they do the price alone, I mean, GameStop and those guys, can't they do pre-orders on their own?
Yeah, they could do pre-orders and things anyways.
That's more what I
Just
mean.
saying.
I'm not thinking that Nintendo's
gotcha.
going to do
Oh, I
pre-orders,
see.
but then it'll allow
Gotcha.
GameStop and Best Buy and all those guys to be like, come pre-order the new Nintendo, you know,
I don't
whatever
know.
they
I
freaking
don't-
end up calling it.
I don't know. I just don't feel like they'll announce the price until January, February, when it's
Oh, I
closer to
agree.
like knocking on the door of it coming out. Especially if it's expensive, which I don't know if it will be, but
A month before, huh? Woo.
Oh my God, the struggle is real. Okay, final question. Thank God. Voiced by Nathan, this gen has me taking a lot of screenshots. Which game have you taken the most screenshots in?
Ooh.
that would be Uncharted 4.
Yeah, I would think
Yeah.
Uncharted 4, definitely.
Same here.
I don't take screenshots for some strange reason. I've got to be like extremely impressed, and like I'm not that hard to impress. I just don't game like with that in mind of like, ooh, let me grab a screenshot of this.
You know, what's funny is I don't either, but what I do is like if there's a game that's coming up that I know I really want to play, I'll find like a desktop wallpaper for my computer.
Oh yeah,
Like I still have an Uncharted 4 screen grab as my desktop for my computer, for my laptop. So I need to change that to something that I want to play coming up, like maybe Dishonored or something. So that's
nice.
typically what I do, especially when I'm excited about a game coming up.
nice. I gotta add one more question to the pile, only because
Please do.
Eric Green asked this a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was really funny. But he asked what our favorite boy band was.
Nice.
Ed, you got a favorite boy band?
Wow. I feel like when the boy band really hit, I was a little too, like when Backstreet and NSYNC were out,
Yeah.
I was a little too old for that.
Right.
Oh,
You
wow.
can never be too old for Backstreet and NSYNC. Ed.
I know, I feel like I like them more now than I did when they were actually
Around.
out. You know what? I'm going old school. I'm going the Beatles.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh, we're counting that as a boy
Look at
band?
you! Oh, look at you taking the old school classic route.
Yeah. That's what I
Screw
was gonna
that,
do.
man.
I was gonna say Beach Boys. I was gonna say
See, there you go.
either Beach Boys or NSYNC.
I got NSYNC.
NSYNC, Chris.
Yeah, I love me some NSYNC.
Chris, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't
Metallica.
know. What I mean, if we're
Done.
like just because there's boys in the band, and that's what if we're doing that, then yeah, I'm
no,
gonna say Metallica.
boy band, like boy
I'm
band.
kind of. I feel like in a way the same as Ed, even though we're not the exact same age. But I almost feel like when NSYNC became a big thing, like I was already at the point where like that's not something that my age group does.
Yes.
I mean, maybe I'm remembering that incorrectly, but I mean, I know
No, you're
girls
right.
were into it, but I don't remember ever really being interested in any boy band. And even to this day, I can only think of one Backstreet song and maybe one NSYNC song that I might know the name of.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure I've heard more, but I can't.
And
I don't think there's anyone that I listen to.
And just to clarify for Ed's, and I don't know if Ed doesn't need this defense, but like I think the reason you can count the Beatles is because they like had the
Screaming.
and they had like the look,
Yeah,
and
the way the fans and everything
and
like
the
that.
Yeah.
appeal.
Yeah.
No, but I'm
Girls
saying-
yeah.
crying
Yeah.
and wanting to touch them.
and it was about their physical appearance. You know what I'm saying? They were cute and had the haircut, and they definitely
Yeah.
turned into something that you wouldn't consider a boy band.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
feel like when
every
they first
and every
came to
member of the
America-
band had its own personality and its own like little thing that they do.
Yes.
Well, not only that, the
So-
Beatles were an actual band. Like
I
they
was just
played
gonna
their own
say,
instruments.
Very
and
true.
everything,
Yes,
you know?
they actually were musicians.
they were
Yeah.
boys in a band. For
Well, I
sure.
mean, then I'll go with the Beatles if that's an answer we can use because I love me some Beatles.
yeah, man. I think they were a boy band when they came on the
Yeah.
scene. You would have considered them a boy band. I think.
If they had that phrase in the day, they would definitely have been a boy band.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if,
I can agree with
if
that.
you were a full-grown man, like a 56-year-old man, when the Beatles hit, you'd be like, the Beatles.
Right.
Crazy kids.
Yeah, I'm a little too old for that. I think
These guys in their long hair look like girls.
Exactly.
I'll tell you one thing. You ask my Jersey girl of a wife what her boy band was, and she'll say New Kids on the Block all day, every day.
Oh wow! I think
Oh,
Jenny would
man.
Oh,
say
Huge fan of New
Jenny
Kids.
would probably say NSYNC, even
Yeah,
though
Sarah
she
would
really,
definitely say NSYNC.
even though she really liked 98 Degrees.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I
I
nice.
think she was.
remember
I think
98
she was one of the
Degrees.
3 fans they had.
Yeah, a little Nick Lachey.
That's 2 more fans than O-Town.
Yeah, O-Town. Holy cow,
Oh
nice.
my gosh!
I'd never heard of O-Town.
Chris, what would Stacey like?
I have no idea.
No, you don't know your wife.
You don't know your
She
wife?
doesn't. I mean, maybe in sync, but she doesn't listen to any of that stuff now. Like I don't ever listen. Like walk in here listening. To
No,
stuff,
well,
so.
none of us listen to it now. This is a nostalgia question.
I can't remember any time we were
we
sitting.
don't?
I can't remember any time we were sitting down and she was like, you know what I really liked back in the day? 98 Degree. I
Does she
don't
like
remember
One
her ever-
Direction? Maybe she's a current boy bander.
I don't think so. I don't think I've never heard her talk about One Direction.
Oh man,
No posters.
Yeah, no posters on the wall.
I mean, she may well be really into it. In fact, when I get done with this podcast, I'm gonna go out there and ask her,
Yeah,
hey,
you
you
should
into
ask
boy
her.
bands?
Yeah.
Check her locker at work.
Oh my gosh, that's a good question, Eric Green. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was great.
She likes.
Very good.
I will say this: she's been into Linkin Park for a long time. She likes them.
Ooh,
I
look
don't
at
know.
her,
That's
a
not
little-
really like boy band in the
Yeah,
same sense.
She's
that
an
would be considered
alternative
a boy
girl.
band.
Yeah,
Love
but
it.
she liked Linkin Park.
I mean, they might have been. They were on the borderline of boy band when they very first came out.
They were the hard rock boy band, basically.
I loved Linkin Park.
Then I'll go
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
It starts
I mean, you
with
could go
one
Korn
thing.
too if you wanted to.
No, you can't go Corn.
Are you kidding? Dude, their
No.
fan base
No.
was huge. They
We're
had
not just
number ones.
basing it off of
Fan
fan
base.
They had
base
number ones
size.
on
No.
TRL
Corn
all
would
the
murder
time.
you if they heard you call them a boy band.
Well, I know, but no, like that whole the whole fan base era.
Stop.
No.
Stop it.
No.
All right, whatever.
No way. There's no way.
Corn. It's like, well, you could count Insane Clown Posse as a
I was
a
just
boy
going to
band.
say Insane Clown Posse.
They like throwing root beer around and whatnot. So,
ICP, man.
golly.
For me, boy bands are all about the fan base and how rabid the fan base
No,
is.
it's got to be about the look and the sex appeal
Okay.
and the pop
Well,
melodies.
I mean, you're going Beatles all the way back in the day. That's fine. I respect that. But at the same time, fan bases too, like those guys definitely have rabid fan bases. But they're not boy bands. You're right. They're not boy bands, but their fan base is ridiculous.
And I think you also have to go with just like kind of like the mainstream popularity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. The clean cut,
Menudo.
mainstream. Oh, Menudo, yes.
If there are
Hit it.
people like cutting out pictures of your band on a magazine and putting it on the wall and just staring at it lovingly, then that's probably
Yep.
a boy band.
Exactly.
Nobody did that
would
with
work.
Korn.
Nobody's doing that with Korn. Jonathan Davis is not. People are not like looking at him and ogling.
Come on now.
No, I mean, there's plenty of women that find him attractive. It's just I don't know if
Yeah.
it's that same kind of thing where he's not
Yeah,
gonna
they're
be
not
on the,
doing it that
He's
way.
not gonna be on the cover
Yeah.
of Teen
Yeah.
Beat.
Yeah,
Exactly.
17 magazine. It's not happening.
Tiger beat, baby.
Yeah.
Tiger beat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That's real. That's a real thing.
It is real.
Yeah, it's not just because he's a Tiger Claws. That's not why he said it.
It's the tiger claw knows his tiger beat.
Oh my gosh, good times had by all. We are good for a
Were
tangent.
they? Were they good times?
Yeah, maybe not for you.
This is miserable.
You got to drink something, man, and get better for next
I
week.
did. I just downed an entire bottle of water in this car.
Water,
Wow.
that's not going to do anything.
No, nothing else
You need
does.
you need something with some substance to it. You got to get some tussin up in you.
Get some. Oh, I got to rub that tussin on me.
Some Pumpkintussin.
Some Pumpkintussin. Nice. No, it's Pumpkintussin.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, thanks for the title of the show here in the 11th hour there, Ed.
Yep. Well done, Ed. Thank you.
Oh
You got
my
it.
gosh. Well, the question of the week for you guys is what do you think would make the best movie out of a video game? We've gotten a lot of video game movies that have been terrible, and so I'm putting it in the hands of the gamer for us to decide what do you think best movie could come out of what video game? Chris? Yeah, that's a hard one.
You know, from a story standpoint, I feel like even if it didn't follow the game completely, The Last of Us could make a really good movie.
That's good.
And then from the, like a just action packed, doesn't have to make sense. I just want to see things and blood and guts stuff. I think God of War could make a good movie
Ooh, God
that's
of
a good
War.
one, man.
because you could you don't
Nice.
have to follow the story of the game at all. You just know there's Olympus gods and Kratos is going to go kill them and just jumping around and flinging things and CG all over the place.
Yes.
I feel like that could
Nice.
be easy and be entertaining.
There you go. Not like Warcraft. Ed.
I don't know.
no.
I didn't see Warcraft.
You didn't have to see Warcraft. I'm going to look it up on Rotten Tomatoes while Ed's answering.
My first instinct was Uncharted, but I know they're sort of kind of maybe working on one of those. They keep putting it off. I would kind of be interested to see a Second Son movie, but that might actually be better as a TV series.
Oh,
yeah, I
man,
can see
good
that.
idea.
that's a
Great
great idea. Warcraft got a 28% on the tomato
Oh,
meter,
man.
which is not
Wow,
as
that's high.
low as exactly. That's not as low as I would think. I think Suicide Squad and like Batman vs Superman might have got less than that.
Wow. I've got two, actually.
Yeah, Suicide Squad got 26.
Oh, wow.
That's insane. Okay, go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
So I got two. So one, which I think could be done and probably has been done to an extent, but Mass Effect I think would be really cool.
There you go.
But I mean, the space thing I think has been done quite a bit. But I wouldn't mind seeing like a Witcher style movie
yeah.
either. I think that would be really cool. Again, the fantasy thing has been done before, but I think they could do it really well.
There you go.
Right on.
I would say Just Dance. I'm just kidding.
Nice.
DDR.
Yeah, the fight for survival. You have to dance your way to the top. I would say maybe something like Kingdom Hearts,
Oh yeah.
like an animated,
Yeah,
fun,
man.
Fun
Like
situation.
animated?
Yeah,
Or are you talking about?
by
Animated.
Disney.
animated by Disney. They've got
Mhm.
Mickey and Donald centered around Sora. The Keyblade and all that. They didn't do a movie, right? I don't think they did a movie.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so.
So yeah, Kingdom Hearts, I think would be a good
Nice, man.
movie for the family, for everyone.
They could mix live action and animation, and I think they should get current Haley Joel Osment to play Sora live action.
No, do not do it live action. That is a terrible idea.
And then all the others are animated. But I just want to see big old Haley Joel running around with Mickey and
I think the last time that was actually done well was Roger Rabbit.
yeah, I think you're right.
Like, I don't know if
or
it's been-
Space Jam.
Was that.
But mostly Roger Rabbit. I loved me some Roger Rabbit, man. That was fantastic.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was good. I don't remember. I think I like Space Jam. I don't remember if I was young enough to like Space Jam or if Space Jam was actually good?
Yeah.
Because you were older. Was it actually good, Ed, or was it?
I think it was actually good, but they threw in a Pulp Fiction reference, and they had me sold there.
Nice.
You had me at Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll use hashtag answer MTTG. What movie do you feel like could be the best movie made from a video game? That is the question. You've heard our answers, and all of ours were pretty good. So,
They were pretty good.
so I want to hear you guys. And we will read them out next week, man. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm Gabe Patillo. That is the Coffin, Tim Rauter.
Oh, sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's all right. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games. And we about this thing. Bam!